How's it going, you guys, and welcome back to ConstantlyVariedFitness. And in today's video, we are covering part 2 of how to run an effective CrossFit class by having appropriate time allotment for every single piece and making sure we're keeping it all under an hour. Now, if you haven't seen part 1 yet, make sure you check out part 1 where we break down how to create an effective warm-up and stretches for your class. Even if you think that you already have pretty decent warm-ups and stretches, I highly recommend checking out that video. It's about 15 minutes long and it's full of a bunch of information on how I come up with effective warm-up and stretch/activation movements. Make sure my athletes are feeling good, moving good, and they are not getting injured. And we're preventing that as much as possible. Sorry, let me try to slow down my talking a little bit. Also, if you guys would like a video covering how to create an effective strength program for your gym, and then how to create a Metcon program, whether it be you create Metcons a week in advance, 2 weeks, a month in advance, so that way it doesn't feel like you're just like putting together strength and Metcon and kind of it's not really flowing very well, and it feels like you're kind of maybe missing out on a lot of things, you're kind of favoring other things. Make sure you leave a comment down below and we'll make a structured template for you guys to follow in another video. So, time allotment. We want to make sure that our athletes are getting what they've paid for. You are a boutique gym, you are much more expensive than 24 Hour Fitness, Gold's Gym, whatever it may be, and you want to make sure that you're giving your athletes every single bang for their buck, which is an hour-long class, and they are going to be in and out the door. If the class starts at 5, they are done no later than 6. A quick rule of thumb is I'd rather have my class end 5 minutes early than end 5 minutes later, so that way 5 minutes at the end you can maybe spend more time stretching, talking about nutrition, talking about technique, maybe give an individual athlete that's struggling on a certain movement some advice, different things like that, because again, we don't want our classes to run over, because not only is that might make your current class that's running over frustrated because they have other obligations, they have to go to work, back to work, they have to go get their kids, whatever it is. So if your class running 10 minutes late, that can make them upset. But also the following class, if you have a class that starts at 5 and a class that starts at 6, then the class doesn't actually start until 6:10 because the previous class went longer, that class is also going to be upset. So it's a lose-lose situation on both ends. So make sure we are keeping everything in that hour time frame, and we are not letting things linger around and kind of just getting all over the place and get our members frustrated. So in the warm-up and the stretches, again, we went and we broke down how we got all that in the part 1 video, so if you haven't checked that out, check that out now. But we already came up with time frames for how long this should take us, give or take. So for the warm-up, we gave about 8 minutes. For the stretches, we gave 6 minutes. We gave also a little bit of buffer, so that way, let's say, hey, it only takes 7 minutes or 5 minutes, cool, we can just get to the next piece faster than have more time for the strength and or the Metcon. But I always like to kind of give a little bit of a buffer, so that way in case something does end up taking a little bit longer than I thought, because maybe you have a bigger class than you anticipated, maybe you ran out of equipment for the banded lateral movements, maybe you ran out of kettlebells, whatever it is, leave time for if stuff kind of hits the fan, you have time to adapt and fix it. Alright, so when it comes to this, I like to kind of work my way up, and then we have our total time allotment for the whole entire class versus the warm-up and the stretches, and you might work on this and you realize, oh dang, I only gave myself 10 minutes for the workout. It's gonna build our way going back up. And we're gonna talk about more than just what's on here as well. We're gonna talk about the pre-workout, or the pre-warm-up talk, and then also post-workout breakdown, stretches, all that kind of stuff. So talk about those post-workout breakdown is we want to give about 5 minutes for athletes to kind of clean up, put stuff away, ask any questions, gather their things before they leave the gym, so that way it's ready for the next class and they're not finishing on that exact time. So I'll leave a 5-minute buffer here. So how do I want to do this? At least for this first initial one, I'll do this. So we want to have a end buffer of 5 minutes, so that way we are not going over our time. So 5 minutes before the hour, oh, you can't even see that in the video. So I left a 5-minute buffer at the end, so that way we are making sure, oh, can you see it? Yeah, you can see that. I don't think you can see the numbers, but I gave ourselves a 5-minute buffer at the end to make sure we have some time to kind of get everything cleaned up and ready for the next class. Now for the workout, when it comes to this workout, we need to look at it and give it a time cap. If you haven't already seen my video talking about time caps and the importance of them and how they should appropriately be used, then make sure you click on the tab up above for that time cap video where we break down exactly how to make an effective time cap for your workout and your athletes getting the most bang for your buck for each workout. But when it comes to this video, or excuse me, when it comes to this strength portion, we're doing 3 rounds of 15 calories on the rower. It's about a minute and a half. 15 burpees on the rower. If you're getting tired towards the end of that third round, maybe about 2 minutes, we'll say, give them a little bit of buffer there. And then for the chest bar pull-ups, let's say someone's getting super tired and they're not that efficient, and they're taking sets of 5, we'll give them another minute and a half there. So a minute and a half, that's 3 minutes. We give them 2 minutes for the burpees, that's 5 minutes, so we're gonna give them a 15-minute time cap. Hopefully, athlete's gonna finish faster than that. Again, I highly recommend checking out the time cap video that I made previously, because it goes more into detail about that. But we're gonna give this workout a 15-minute time cap. Boom. So from 15-minute time cap, we can't just give this total workout a 15-minute time frame to get done or to get the whole thing through, because we still need time to get the rowers ready, find time for athletes to get their a spot to set up their chest to bar area if they're doing banded pull-ups or if they're doing a modification. So we want to give them maybe about 4 to 5 minutes here, and then also give them time to ask any questions. Hey, yeah, my shoulder bugs today. Can you think of another modification for me to do? Different things like that. So that way everyone is ready come time to workout, and now you don't have people lingering saying, oh, I can't do this, or hey, there's not enough rowers. Give yourself time to kind of get everything situated before you start that clock. So we'll say an extra 5 minutes buffer to get everything set up. So 20 minutes here to get everything done. So So 20 minutes in the hour to focus on the workout. Now for the strength portion, when it comes to deadlifts, let's kind of give this a percentage. Let's say we're doing 5x5 deadlifts and we are doing them at 75%. 75%, it's not super incredibly heavy where it's really taxing the athlete's CNS and they have to sit down and kind of recuperate before they can do another heavy set. But it's also not super light to where they can just bust out the 5 sets in like 5 minutes. They're gonna need a little bit of time to chill in between. So let's say we give each athlete about 2 minutes to perform each set, so that's 10 minutes total. We also wanna give them time to warm up. So let's say I give them 3 warm-up sets, and that might be, hey, obviously we'll do a couple sets of empty bar, make sure everyone feels good. Then we'll do maybe 30%, and then we'll do 50%, oops. Then we'll do 70%, that was weird. Oh no. Okay, there we go. And then we'll do 70%, boom, they're at 75, they're ready to go for their first working set. So we'll give 2 minutes here for each warm-up set and give them time to also add weight onto the bar. So that's a total of 16 minutes to warm up, get the deadlifts ready, and get all that kind of stuff done. But also before this, kind of like how we gave a buffer to where if things need to change, if an athlete needs a modification where they can't do it, we just want to give a buffer here so we can go over deadlifts in case if you have any new members in your class, you have a drop-in that doesn't quite know deadlifts, or any situation where again, someone says, hey, I can't do deadlifts today, what should I do instead? Give yourself time to give modifications and get everything situated before athletes start loading up those bars and get ready. So we'll give ourselves a 4-minute buffer here, so another 4-minute buffer, so that way I'm at 16 minutes to get the deadlifts done, 4 minutes to get situated, grab bars, grab weights, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna give ourselves another 20 minutes in today's class. How am I gonna? All right, so now we have 15 minutes to get through the stretches and the warm-up. For just off of the times that we made in our previous video, we have 8 minutes and 6 minutes, which is 14 minutes, which is perfect. And a lot of gyms, I forgot to mention this earlier, but I've been to a lot of different gyms, and a lot of gyms might go and explain before the workout even starts, hey guys, this is the warm-up, this is the strength, this is the Metcon, this is how everything's gonna go for the day, this is how it should look. But I feel like for a lot of athletes, they tend to either not remember everything because it's so much to remember, or they're brand spanking new and they don't even know what a freaking deadlift is. So if you say, hey guys, a deadlift, keep your shoulders back, lock down your rib cage, hinge, use your glutes, contract your glutes at the top. Hey, on the rower, I want you to make sure you keep a nice flat back, make sure you're pulling with your legs. They're not gonna remember any of that because they don't know how the hell to do deadlifts in the first place. So we wanna make sure that we give that buffer at the beginning of each piece so we have time to explain, hey guys, for deadlifts here, make sure you're hinging, make sure you're using your posterior, make sure you're not rounding your back, so that way it's fresh in their mind before they go grab that barbell. I find it very inefficient to kind of explain it here, unless for certain situations where the strength in the workout is super easy, you have a class full of veterans that all know what they're doing, so you can give a couple quick tidbits here and there at the beginning, and they'll kind of absorb it then. But if you have a class of 12 plus people, if you have some new people in your class, I find it very inefficient to give all that information at the top because you're just gonna repeat yourself towards the end anyways. Someone's gonna ask the question, hey, you know, on deadlifts, what should I be doing? What weight should I do? all that kind of stuff. So leave time that we have that 4-minute buffer for the strength, leave that there so that way they're able to ask that question then, or you're able to give that information then, so it's fresh in their mind. So we're gonna keep it straight up here because we have that buffer here for the stretches. We're gonna go straight into it. So we're not gonna leave a buffer here. So we have, where should I do this? 15 to 9, and then we have 0, 1 to 9. Now, if I wanted to go back and kind of shave some things, I could say, okay, maybe I don't need the whole 4 minutes for the deadlifts. Deadlifts aren't super technique heavy like a snatch. Maybe I'll only give them like a 3 or a 2-minute buffer. Maybe for the workout, there's not much to clean up. They can just wipe down their pull-up bars, and then for the rowers, like they can leave the rowers out for the next class, so we can kind of cut down the end buffer of that 5 minutes to clean up, because there's not much to clean up, versus if they had a barbell and a kettlebell and a box and things like that. So this is a general template of how I'd go up and construct it, and then if I need to, I can tell myself, okay, yeah, I don't need that much time for that part, and I can kind of tweak things and see how they go. There was a period where I was doing this for every single class that I would do. I would literally go and create every single time frame for every single piece for every single day, and then I kind of got good to where now I can kind of mentally tell myself, okay, yeah, I got time for this, time for that, and you start the workout before this, and then I'll still have a buffer at the end, because again, we do not want to run into the next class. So I would highly recommend, either on a Google Doc, whether you do it on a piece of paper, whether you do it on the whiteboard at your gym, you can practice writing down these time frames for each individual piece. Say, hey guys, at minute number 9, we are starting the stretches. At number 35, we are getting ready for the Metcon and we are hitting it. So that way, not only are you making sure you're keeping a mental note of, okay, we need to be done at this time, and so we don't linger over and let time get by you. And then also your athletes know, okay, I gotta be done with these deadlifts before minute 35, so we're gonna start getting ready for the workout. I find this very beneficial. It seems a little tedious at the beginning, but you're gonna notice that your class is gonna run a lot smoother, and after a couple weeks of doing it, it becomes second nature in your head to where you don't have to do this, and it's gonna be much more awesome for your classes, and they'll be much happier with you because everything's running very smooth and precise. One thing I want to leave you guys with before the end of this video is that make sure that you are staying strict with your athletes, and do not let your athletes dictate how fast or how slow the class is going to go. I have numerous athletes that when I first come to gyms say, you know, or they don't say, but they kind of take their time and dilly-dally with building up their deadlift weight. They chat a lot, they do this and that. I say, all right guys, time to start getting ready for the workout. They go, well, I got one more set of deadlifts. Okay, you need to hit it either right now or start putting your bar away because we're getting ready for this workout. If you let the athletes kind of dictate how the class is going to go, they're going to take advantage of you, they're going to do whatever they want and go as fast or as slow as they want, and then it's going to affect the other members in the class. So be stern with how you run the class, how you want your class to go from one piece to the next, and that way your athletes can be a lot happier with you overall. And then the one person was going to start catching the hint like, okay, I don't want to be late for the workout, so I'll start speeding things up. That is it for the time allotment video. A lot's been said. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them down below. I hope this video is really helpful for you guys. If you have any other questions about class structure, how to be efficient coach with the class, how to create a strength or a Metcon program for your class, and how to properly or effectively plan those out, make sure you leave them down below in the comment section and we'll get right back to you. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for plenty more. If you don't already, follow us on Instagram at ConstantlyVariedFitness, and we'll see you guys next time.